is sitting down there in the comfortable chair, getting too comfortable, talking about Mykelti's family, while she's in the uncomfortable chair, being very uncomfortable, talking about her own family, while her husband looks on.
Yes.
But let's get into it, you guys. It's Mary.
And
We invite you guys to like,
subscribe,
and comment down below. And do not forget to subscribe to our Patreon for sizzle-wise content and for more juicy content about us and about more hot topics, you all.
Yes.
But let's go ahead and get into it, you all, because
Mykelti
did not want to address the Gwen. She did not want to say specifically what she was talking about. That's why she does not have the comments on the thing.
Yes.
But Tony goes there and he says, well, I think she wants to say that Gwen's memories are skewed.
Gwen. Yes. No, he was like, Tony says, I think she's saying Gwen is wrong. That's what he says. I think she's saying Gwen is wrong because I guess someone, is asking about that.
Well, what is she talking about? That's what they were asking.
He wants to clarify who. I think she's saying Gwen because Peyton has spoken about it. Gwen has spoken about it.
So they're probably like, well, who is she talking about?
I think she's saying that Gwen is wrong, he says, or remembers it wrongly. Now, Mykelti didn't say
one thing.
She didn't call nobody's name.
She didn't call nobody's name.
So when he said all this, Mykelti is just like...
You can tell she's physically annoyed because you see that she got tense in her neck. Mm-hmm. You see she tried to adjust herself in the uncomfortable chair, but her back went up against the chair. She couldn't go back because Tony can go back in his chair, real nice and comfortable stretch. So she's like this on the chair, and then she is like looking like this, and then she goes and she's like, well, yes, me and David's kids get along great. She completely ignores what he says. She went with a white eraser and erased what he said completely. I was like, yeah, that's going to be...
and you get erased over there.
I knew that was a conversation when they got off of that
what Tony used to do.
I knew that was a conversation. Like, why the hell would you say that?
Tony,
like, really? Why would you say that?
He's comfortable, like you said. He's comfortable in that chair. And I remember when he got up to go change the movie for the child... for the oldest child.
Oh God.
Avalon, I think her name is. What's her name? Mykelti. Mykelti got up and sat in Tony's chair. I mean, her chair obviously is so uncomfortable that just for that little bit of time,
she had to get a release.
She had to just get a release and just sit in that chair. And what I want to say is, Mykelti, you're the one who went and gave birth. Like, come on. Tony, you sit in the other chair. Or take turns. Let Mykelti sit in that chair, or you guys go and purchase a chair just like that. That's the chair that Pedro, he wanted Chantel to buy for her on the family Chantel.
Yeah.
They're divorced now, y'all.
And he's still talking about how I want my game chair. I'm sorry,
but he wanted that game chair because it was so comfortable. It was such a comfortable chair, and it's expensive, I know.
Yeah.
But Tony, be a gentleman and give Mykelti her chair. Comment down below if you think that Tony should be a gentleman and switch chairs with Mykelti. Because something, if he's sitting in that uncomfortable chair, maybe he'll try to hurry up and get it going instead of sitting there all comfortable talking about her family members.
Or maybe he'll be less comfortable talking about her family members because he wouldn't be as comfortable.
I know.
Because you would see that she was uncomfortable. It looks like it's a chair from a couch. Like one of those couch chairs that look really stiff. And then she just looked she's
uncomfortable. And then on top of that, you talk about her family. And then so she
and
just
then you're
starts
just
talking
so
about
comfortable saying that she's talking about Gwen.
Yeah.
Like all the yakba soup, putting the Maggi cube, the curry, the turmeric, and all the seasonings, and then making it too spicy.
Stirring it up.
I mean, she didn't want the soup so spicy. She just wanted mid. She wanted it mild. But now you have made it extra spicy, extra hot. And now later on, I might have to go and talk about it. Because when I went onto the Patreon, there was somebody, hot one, with a whole paragraph talking about, did you just come on this platform and use it to come and gaslight your sister and say that her abuse is invalidated? I was like, is this Mykelti or is this another commenter? But it was somebody who was paying on her Patreon coming from Mykelti talking about how dare you gaslight your sister. Yeah. But had Tony not said a damn thing, nobody would have known. Yeah. But you're talking.
I know.
But this is what happens. This is why I wanted to talk about this. But this is why you should not be letting your spouse know too much about your family business. You should not be sitting down there with your spouse like he is your savior, like he's your therapist. Like, oh, well, my dad, he is horrible. Oh, my mom, she's awful. Oh my God, my brother, he did this, and my sister, she did this, and oh my God, my younger sister, she's the devil. Like for what? Because when he's ready to come and be mad at you or whatever, he's gonna be like, why the hell should I respect you? Your whole damn family crazy. That's probably why you're crazy. That's why you crazy. Like, you don't do that. So you don't, like, even if you hate your family, you take that to
my family. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Even if you hate your family, you take it to a damn therapist.
Yes, you do.
That's what a therapist is for. Your spouse is not supposed to be your therapist, your counselor, and your lover. Like, how many jobs you want your spouse to have?
Exactly.
Like, being a companion is enough, and having
go to some family member and talk about it. After all, they'll know the history.
I mean, really,
you don't have to come and talk to him about all of that stuff.
And then have him talking about your family on your thing. Like, you guys have a Patreon together. The only videos I should be seeing Tony on is where you guys are there with your 3 beautiful babies. That's the only time that I should be seeing Tony. He should not be here talking about your family.
And even if he's there, like, be silent. Like, don't say too much.
Maybe she needs support. Maybe that's why
just be there for support, and when the viewers want to ask you something, just say, hey, I'm actually here just for support from my wife. She actually can answer these questions. She's the one who grew up in this family, but I'm just here for support and just to kind of watch the show with her and stuff like that. That's it. But all the stuff, like,
at the end of the day, I would feel some type of way, even if I have a horrible relationship with my sibling or with one of my parents or with both of my parents. I would still feel some type of way if somebody is talking bad about them. I would never want somebody to go and talk bad about my parents, talking about how, oh, I don't like your mama, I don't like your daddy. Who the hell are you? You don't know my parents from a bag of apples, because at the end of the day, they still gave life to me. So, I can see why you just don't want your spouse talking about your family, even if you have a bad relationship with them. I mean, it depends. Maybe your parent was the devil.
Maybe she was even saying the BS comments. Maybe she was actually talking about Peyton, about that.
But even if she was
that was
talking
the
about
whole paddle thing, where she said she calls BS on the whole paddle thing. But like, you don't know Tony, but you're there saying she's talking about Gwen.
But
Gwen
even if she was talking about Gwen, do you think she wants Gwen to know?
Exactly.
Do you think she actually wants to sever that relationship? Even if they are talking, do you really think that she never wants to have a relationship with her? Like, why would you go and rub salt in the wound and then put lemon and then put pepper and then put cayenne soup in the wound and then say, hey, let me pour some alcohol on that?
Exactly.
Like, why?
Yeah.
That's what it would be. Like, Tony, I hope you mean well, but the issue is, I think it really sounds with Mykelti. She has issues with her family. She has always been a rebellious child.
She
from
has
the start.
Issues with boundaries.
But
you have to set boundaries. But
it stems from her having issues with her family. That's why she does not set boundaries up with him. He has kind of been her solace, her comfort zone. So that's why she has not set up boundaries with him.
She mentioned when she was still young.
Well, because she has been really misunderstood by her family. That's why she latched on to Robin.
Exactly. And Robin, manipulative person that she can be.
Thinking she had a friend.
She kind of used Mykelti's vulnerability,
right,
to kind of stick it to Christine. That's how I feel, and get someone in her corner, because she was trying to get as many friends as she could in her corner. But the other thing I didn't like with Tony was when he turned to her, and when he could see that she was upset. You're triggered. This is what he says. You look a little triggered right now.
You say you good? You look kind of triggered right now.
Funny to see you triggered, he says.
What does that mean?
And I don't know if that was from nervousness.
I tried to give the benefit of the doubt, say it was from nervousness.
It was from just
I really
nervousness.
hope it was.
He seemed nervous, he was kind of ruffling
moving his hair, kind of looking
he
back.
seemed kind of nervous that maybe she was upset and he was going to hear it. And then she goes into this thing of, they're both stubborn and,
Then she exposes that they had a fight.
They had a fight and all of that kind of stuff. But it's all because Tony, like you, just like what you said, Mary, like you, like stirred the pot up. And now those titles are going to go out there. Mykelti says that Gwen remembers wrong about her father's abuse.
Well,
Gwen never was bruised up by Cody. Like, how do you know that? And Mykelti didn't say that, but how do you know though? So.
But also now, what if she has to get a phone call from Gwen, and that severs a relationship, or Gwen gets upset that you.
When hearing this, also,
Well, hearing it from. Well, Gwen could have been like, well, who is she talking about? Well, because Gwen could have just been a guessing game this whole time. But then you have Tony in a comfortable chair.
She's talking about Gwen.
Drinking his soup. No, not a soup, but drinking his soda. Yeah, she's talking about Gwen, y'all. She's talking about Gwen.
Gwen is wrong.
She heard it wrong. She remembered it wrong. Yeah.
The abuse wrong.
You look triggered.
That's what Mykelti said.
You look triggered. It's funny to see you triggered. it's funny. It's funny to see you. It's funny to see you triggered. You okay? I love you.
I love you too. We're very stubborn. We had a fight. And now you start telling your own business. And he's not happy about it.
Like, that man did not look happy at all. He did not look happy.
I'm sure now his family is going to call and be like,
a fight? Why are you there?
Why are you all having a fight and all this stuff?
So
mess. You guys just take it easy. And, if you guys had just had a fight, you really don't have to do the YouTube live. You don't. You can just say, hey, we're not doing it today. We're taking a break. Yeah. Anybody your subscribers will understand because you guys are, you have twins.
3 kids.
Under the age of 3. Yeah. Anybody will understand.
Not nightmare, but the kids are a blessing.
They are, but it's a lot of work. And we understand.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yes, y'all, it's Mary.
And
we invite you guys to like,
subscribe,
and comment down below, and let us know what you guys think about Tony and his comfortability talking about this child's family, y'all. Bye.